Hi, I'm Ron Bruno, and welcome to BM Allies Marketer Training for Netwell. The purpose of this training is to introduce you to a one-of-a-kind HCSM. During this training, we're going to go over the membership overview, membership options, network explanation, how the membership works, and the membership provisions. Once you've completed the training presentation, you will receive a testing link. You'll have 3 opportunities to successfully pass a 30-question exam. Once you've successfully done so, you're going to get access to both your personal enrollment link and access to membership marketing material. So who is Netwell? Well, Netwell is the DBA of International Health Sharing, Inc., which is a registered nonprofit corporation out of the state of Texas and has filed for its 501c3 status. Netwell operates as a healthcare sharing ministry whose members share in a common set of religious and ethical beliefs. Netwell members make a voluntary monthly commitment contribution, or an MCC, and share in each other's eligible medical requests based on those shared beliefs. Now, Netwell is available in only 43 states in the U.S., excluding Massachusetts, Maryland, New Mexico, Pennsylvania, Utah, Vermont, and Washington. So how is Netwell different from other healthcare sharing ministries? Netwell membership options are actuarially evaluated to ensure long-term strength and sustainability of their design, with a state-by-state contribution amount that is specific to each member's geographical location. Netwell members create their own member-to-member sharing bank account within an FDIC-backed banking institution. Eligible medical requests are shared directly to the provider from a member sharing bank account. No more pooling of member funds into an escrow account. Members enjoy a wide range of amazing health sharing membership options that include, but are not limited to, preventative care, office visits, telemedicine, emergency room, hospitalization, imaging and laboratory services, and chronic care management. Members receive access to free discount services. Netwell partners with other nonprofits such as the Tim Tebow Foundation that allows our ministry to involve itself in impacting the lives at every level. Each membership provides a donation to these types of nonprofits. So what is Netwell's mission? It's to exemplify God's commandment of loving our fellow brothers and sisters by sharing in each other's needs within a spirited and modern healthcare sharing ministry. Now, as I said, Netwell has a statement of religious and ethical beliefs that all of our members adhere by, and they're very simple. It's simply 4. We believe in God of the Bible and the power of prayer. We believe it is our duty to love and accept one another. We believe it is our obligation to God and our fellow members to live a healthy lifestyle which avoids habits and behaviors that are harmful to the body. And finally, we believe that it is our ethical and moral responsibility to carry each other's burdens. Netwell is an HCSM and not insurance. HCSMs are organizations in the U.S. in which health care costs are shared among members who have a common set of religious and ethical beliefs. Members are not enrolled in insurance products, programs, policies, or plans. HCSMs assume no risk or promise a guarantee to share in a member's medical request. Eligible medical requests are shared member to member. HCSMs must be a 501c3. Members will not lose their membership due to the development of a medical condition. In order to qualify for the federal status that exempts individuals, healthcare sharing ministries must have been in existence or had a predecessor who has been in existence continuously prior to December 31st, 1999. HCSM's financials are a matter of public record and must be provided upon request. Monthly commitment contributions, or MCCs, are not considered deductible by the IRS. Netwell has a unique member-to-member sharing banking platform. Each member sets up their own assigned bank account within an FDIC-insured bank created for each membership at that bank. The member portal shows the amount of sharing in that account and sharing power eligible for medical requests. When a member has a medical request, the following process takes place. A member can use the provider of their choice or may elect a new provider via the Netwell Network Provider Search. The member goes to the provider and submits their member ID card. Now, that provider will submit the medical request via the information located on that member's ID card. The medical request will be processed and/or negotiated based on the RBP system. Both the member and the provider will receive an EOS, or explanation of sharing, that will inform them of how the medical request was processed. Members can then view their medical requests received, processed, and all transactions in their member portal in real time. Netwell has 3 unique membership options: Advantage, Superior, and Elite Plus. All 3 of these options have multiple health caring or health sharing opportunities for their members or their dependents. All healthcare sharing members are considered to be self-pay members. As a member of Netwell, members may elect to see any provider or visit any facility of their choosing through an open network. Members have access to a substantial discounts by utilizing their provider search at netwell.com. In that provider search, there's a database of providers that identify which ones historically accept reference-based pricing, RBP, and which ones do not accept the RBP and could potentially balance bill those members. Netwell partners have years of experience utilizing a combination of reference-based pricing, RBP, and direct provider contracts to reprice medical requests on behalf of the Netwell member, sometimes at 95% acceptance rate. If a member is balance billed, that member can request the Netwell team to negotiate that balance bill on behalf of that member. Netwell members participate in a wide range of discount options that include dental, prescription discounts, vision and LASIK, diabetic supplies, labs, hearing, chiropractic, and even discount gym options. All free discount features are not owned or operated by Netwell. Each monthly contribution has a monthly commitment contribution requirement based on age, the oldest member applying, number of active members on the membership option selected, and the state residence in which they live. Each membership has a set of fees at the time of enrollment that include an enrollment charitable donation, an enrollment banking fee, and an enrollment request fee. Again, all submitted at the time of enrollment. Now, there are monthly membership fees and donations as well, including a monthly charitable donation, a monthly banking fee, and a monthly membership fee. So as a marketer, you're going to get a state-by-state contribution quoting tool on your dashboard. That quoting tool will give you the opportunity to determine the pricing based off of age, number of dependents, and state in which they live in, including the membership type. For families of 7 or more, there's an additional monthly commitment contribution per dependent. And that monthly commitment contribution may also increase or decrease in accordance with the change in the oldest member's state residence in which they live, which will be reflected on their next monthly commitment contribution. Any member who chooses to use tobacco or nicotine products will have an additional monthly commitment contribution per member per month added. Terminology is extremely important when it comes to healthcare sharing ministries. So let's use some of those. Active, a member standing when they have met all member guide provisions to remain eligible for sharing of a medical request by the membership. Eligible for sharing is any procedure, service, test, or treatment that has met all the member guideline provisions for sharing by the membership. Explanation of sharing is a statement provided to the member and the member's provider once your medical request has been processed. Key member is the oldest participating member on your membership, whether you are an individual member or a member's dependent, can be a non-active member serving as an owner of the account. Maximum sharing is the maximum amount the membership will share on behalf of the member for specific eligible medical requests. Medical requests are charges or expenses for medical services that are provided to you by a medical facility or by a licensed medical provider, submitted on the member's behalf. Member commitment portion is the amount a member is responsible for each program year before their eligible medical request will be shared by the membership. Monthly commitment contribution, the funds submitted voluntarily to allow sharing of eligible medical requests amongst the membership. The member's MCC is based on the membership options selected by the member. Program year, it's the 365 days from the member's effective date, including each subsequent program year. Membership enrollments are done on the Netwell enrollment process and includes the effective date, which is the month, day, and year the member's membership begins, or the month, day, and year of the most recent membership change. It also includes the member's effective date used to document when the 365-day program year begins and ends to reset that member's commitment portion. Enrollment date, the date Netwell receives your completed member enrollment request. An enrollee can select their membership to become effective not less than 7 days from the enrollment request and no more than 60 days from the date of that request. All enrollments must be submitted electronically through the Netwell website. All major credit cards will be accepted for payment, and a member can receive a discount by using ACH. Enrollments are available year-round. Dependent-only memberships. A dependent must be at least 1 year of age. Those up to the age of 27 can remain as a dependent. The oldest member of a family that turns 65 and ages out of the program, they can choose to remain as the owner of the account, but the monthly contribution is modified to reflect the oldest dependent, which is typically a spouse. Netwell membership options are available for dependent children only with the authorization of a parent or a legal guardian. Cancellations. The member must submit a written notice to Netwell 48 hours prior to the member's next monthly commitment contribution request date. The member's membership will become inactive as of the last day of their cancellation request or the last day of the member's current month. It's important to note that canceling your Netwell membership does not meet the criteria for a qualifying life event under the special enrollment eligibility for the Affordable Care Act. Cancellation per Netwell. Your Netwell membership will be canceled if the member's monthly commitment contribution is not submitted for more than 60 consecutive days. The cancellation date will be the last month that the MCC was submitted. This date will be considered the date the membership became inactive. Refunds. Within the first 10 days of the new member's effective date, the member is entitled to a full refund, excluding the one-time enrollment request, banking fees, and the charitable donations, unless a medical request has been submitted in those first 10 days. Eligible sharing limits. Ambulance, the medically necessary transportation by ground, air, or water for eligible emergency services to the nearest medical facility or medical transportation between two facilities. Sharing caps apply to the eligible medical expense. The following eligible sharing all have 90-day waiting periods from the member's effective date and shared at 100% once the member commitment portion has been met. Chiropractic care. Members are allowed up to 6 visits per program year. Equipment-related injuries. Injury or illness as a result of using farm implements, machinery, tractors, or construction in a non-compensated manner. Sharing caps apply to the eligible medical expenses. Imaging. Advanced imaging services require pre-authorization. If a service is part of a primary care physician, specialist, urgent care, or wellness visit, they will be processed up to the maximum sharing limit of $500. Laboratory. If service is part of a primary care physician, specialist, urgent care, or wellness visit, they will be processed up to the maximum sharing limit of $500. Outpatient care, therapy, and rehabilitation. Home health care, occupational, physical, or speech therapy, cardiac rehabilitation may be eligible for sharing if the treatment is related to an eligible surgery, accidental injury, or in lieu of any upcoming surgery, limited to 12 combined visits per person per program year. Organ transplant limit has a 24-month waiting period, shared up to 100% of the maximum sharing limit of $150,000 per member per lifetime once the member commitment portion has been met. It also requires a pre-authorization. Preventative screening. There is no member commitment portion applies to a preventative screening. Eligible sharing is up to $1,500 per member per program year. Mammograms, pap smears, prostate, or PSA exams are allowed as part of the office visit at a primary care physician, specialist, or urgent care. Surgeries. Pre-authorization is required for outpatient and inpatient surgery to be considered eligible for sharing. Second surgeries may be eligible for sharing 24 months from the first surgery unless it is part of the treatment plan. Cancer, alternative care, and maternity sharing. Cancer has an initial 90-day waiting period from the member's effective date. Medical requests related to cancer treatment may be eligible for sharing if the cancer diagnosis was received after the initial 90-day waiting period. Eligible cancer requests will be subject to sharing caps. Alternative care. An initial 90-day waiting period from the member's effective date applies. Non-experimental treatment is eligible for sharing. Members are allowed up to 6 visits per program year. Services must be performed by an accredited healthcare provider. And it is shared up to 100% once the member commitment portion has been met. Maternity sharing. An active female member of Netwell may be eligible for maternity sharing when she meets the following membership provision. Females must have been active on a combined Elite Plus membership for 6 consecutive months prior to her conception. A member must confirm she is expecting with a Netwell coordinator to ensure maternity is eligible for sharing under the member guidelines. Members' dashboards will then be updated for tracking of all eligible medical requests pertaining to an eligible maternity. If it is determined that the member does not meet the membership provisions for an eligible maternity, the member's dashboard will be updated to process any medical requests associated with maternity as ineligible for sharing by the membership. Maternity shared is not eligible under the Advantage or Superior membership options. No membership commitment portion will apply. Sharing caps may be applied for eligible medical requests. Maternity complications. Medical requests for an ineligible maternity or complications from an ineligible maternity for the mother or newborn will result in all medical requests being ineligible for sharing by the membership. Life-threatening complications for the mother or newborn are eligible and sharing caps will apply. Life-threatening complications are complications that threaten the life of the mother, unborn child, or newborn that requires care or services not normally rendered during pregnancy or delivery. Netwell reserves the right to review medical records to determine how maternity requests will be shared. Eligible newborn. The newborn will be automatically added to your membership as of his or her date of birth. If you choose not to have your newborn added to your membership, you must contact a Netwell coordinator to notify us prior to the newborn turning 30 days old. Ineligible newborns. If a newborn is born under an ineligible maternity, the member will need to complete a membership enrollment request to add their newborn. This may be completed anytime after the newborn is 1 month of age. The newborn is subject to any pre-existing or membership limitations per the membership enrollment request. The following is a list of expenses that are ineligible for sharing under the Netwell membership. Occupational and recreational vehicles. Occupational or work-related injuries. A 90-day waiting period from the member's effective date applies. Pre-authorization is required unless it is an emergency. Injury or illness as a result of employment subject to workers' compensation will be shared up to $10,000 during the first program year, up to $25,000 during the second program year, and up to $100,000 during the third program year and thereafter, once the member commitment portion has been met. Recreational vehicles. An initial 90-day waiting period from the member's effective date applies. Pre-authorization is required unless in the case of an emergency. Injury or illness as a result of using recreational vehicles is shared up to $10,000 during the first program year, up to $25,000 during the second program year, and thereafter once the MCP has been met. Appeals process. Member request review. An initial request to review the processing of a medical request on behalf of the member. Process. This request must be submitted in writing and Netwell will review and provide a decision within 10 days from receipt of this request. Appeal of a medical request. Request review. When a member has submitted a medical request for you and the member still believes that Netwell has processed the request incorrectly, then the member may submit an appeal that must show what the member believes Netwell has done incorrectly while processing the medical request. The member will be notified 14 days from receipt of their appeal of that medical request review as to Netwell's decision. This has been Ron Bruno with BM Allies. Thank you for taking the time to view this video and best of luck on your exam.